Okay, well, happy Thursday evening to you all. I spent the whole day here at the warehouse, rearranging, cleaning, sorting, condensing, essentially rearranging chairs on the deck of the Titanic, but you know, at least I feel like I got something done. I had thought about bringing the Riker or one of the other bigger, faster bikes home, and then I realized, you know, I haven't shown the C3 any love in a little while, and it's terribly, terribly dusty. I think it's time for it to get a little road trip, go home, get a bath, and then I'll bring it back tomorrow or sometime over the weekend. So, tonight, I'm just going to putter on home at sub-light speed on the little C3. Nope, can't close that visor completely. It's a little steamy. And it must be after 7 o'clock because the gates are already closed. So now I have to find the opener in my pocket. There it is. Ooh, hyperdrive engaged. Giant bumps. Ugh. So I condensed down another giant chunk of junk in my warehouse. I got rid of a lot of boxes of mixed cables and cards and bits and pieces and whatnot. Kind of taking it a chunk at a time. Probably got another 3 or 4 days worth of that type of activity. Ooh. I'm not going to run the light, but I'm not really going to wait on it either. Uh-oh. I think I might be able to help out. Let me help you push it up there. Is he going to get it? Going to get it? Going to get it? Oh, I think he's got it. You need help pushing it a little further up? Sure. I was going to help. Whoa, brake. I want to find a spot to push on it and not dent anything. Okay. Ugh, no momentum, so she's a little heavy. Watch your door there and the post. All right. Got it? Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Yep. Have a good night. The guy in the truck here was stopping to help too. That's nice. All right. Where was I? Oh yeah, cleaning up the warehouse. So probably got another at least 3 or 4 days of similar activity, and I think I'll have that place cleared out well enough that I can actually start inventorying what remains and trying to sell and liquidate what's there that might be useful. And all the old crap is gone already. Took about 5 truckloads over to a local computer drop-off place and metal recyclers and whatnot. So feels good to get rid of a lot of that crap, I'll tell you. It's just been taking up space there for years now. Keep adding to it and never cleaning it out. I think my rear tire is a little splashy on this thing. It's been sitting long enough. It's probably 3 or 4 pounds low now. I used to carry a little one of those collapsible bicycle pumps that you use for road bikes. I kept one of those under the seat with a little digital pressure gauge for a long time, but I stopped riding this thing and just left it to age in the warehouse, and occasionally we take it out on our travel trailer, but I wasn't riding it, so I stripped it of all its goodies. So, low tires, feeling splashy. I guess it's a good happenstance that I stopped for that red light back there and turned right. So I'll stop over here now at Costco and avail myself of their free air pumps. They used to have it inside the tire bay, but now they have them out on the curb, which is nice. Outside, now hopefully they're not shut down after business hours, I don't know. But you just pull up and dial up the pressure that you want, hit the button, and away you go. Debris and roadway. If they don't have the pumps turned on, I will be able to make it home, but these things do feel a little squishy. They're fat tires anyway, so they're not real razor sharp handling. Oh, looks like it's working. Now, as I remember, this bike, I think it's 25 pounds on the tires. It's not much. Surprisingly low for little tires. Let's see if I can find it here. Tire information in Japanese. But yeah, it says 25 psi over there to the right. I don't know if you guys can see that. So, 25 it is. Gloves off. Man, this thing's filthy. And there are mosquitoes out here. Yeah. 3 of them swarming me at once. Whoa. Whoa. 2. It's going in multiple increments all at once. That's weird. It's cycling on and off, and I'm not doing anything yet. Oh, put aside. It just continues to blow. That's odd. Come on now. There we go. Beep, 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 beep. Okay, so it was definitely low. It took a little bit of air. Probably 3 or 4 pounds. Now let's see if we can repeat that process on the rear. Yeah, the tire feels warm already, so it must be a little squishy. And that exhaust is hot. I really don't want to burn my hand on it. Oh, it's tight. It's tight. Oh, yeah. Let's see if I can roll that and get it away from the edge of that exhaust. There it goes. Okay. Did you shut off or are you going to work? Come on. Oh, I hear a beep. I hear a beep. I hear a beep. Don't burn me. Oh, it's going. That's about it right there. Yep, so both of them were probably about 3 or 4 pounds low, but you know, I haven't aired these up in a year. I'm sure it's been a year. Ugh. Nope, I'm all done. You can shut off now. Thank you. I guess there's no turning it off. All right then. back on the road. Okay. Okay, and I'll avoid that side of the world and that intersection over there for sure. Okay. Yep, feels better. Doesn't feel like I'm riding through sand now. Okay, can I get out of here without getting whacked? So I was reading comments and replying. One of my viewers, I'm presuming they're not from the States here, or at least not from Houston area. They asked, during my commutes, they see a lot of empty lanes, and they asked if those were HOV lane or toll lane. Yes, most likely. On the I-10 innermost lanes going each direction, there are reserved HOV and toll. But since the COVID-19 lockdown and the drastic reduction in commuter traffic, the highway's surprisingly empty. I mean, the cars that are out there are hauling ass, but there's a lot less traffic than there has been. This, 7:30 at night or whatever it is right now. Normally this would just be packed. In the mornings when I've done my latest few vlogs, there are just hardly any cars, maybe a fifth of the normal volume of traffic on the roads. Which is okay. I mean, it's all right for moto commuting and whatnot. Kind of allows me to relax a little more. There's less threat on the road that I have to contend with, but at the same time, the cars that are out here now, because there are fewer of them, they are hauling ass. I mean, crazy speeds. I'd like to scoot over. Are you going to let me? Oh, or not. The cars that are out here, because there are less of them, I guess they figure, hey, it's speedway time. So I was coming in doing my POV ride-along vlog in my new Accord a few days ago, and I was setting my cruise at about 75, and people are ripping by me 85 plus. Here's Spring Branch Honda. I almost bought my Honda from here, but Katie out there beat this dealer's price by $2,500 or something. It was a huge margin on the same car, same trim. Not really sure what the difference is there, why the markup is so high in some places and not in others. I'm not running wide out, or wide open rather. I'm just cruising it along at about 70 or 80% throttle. Just taking it easy. Speedo shows to be wrapped, but I know that Speedo is optimistic on this, so probably about 40 right now. I could do a little more, I'm sure. But I don't care. Here, I'll open it up, see if I can make these lights. Oh, yeah, I timed that one. I knew that was coming. Oh, look at this genius. The guy never even slowed down. He just blew that turn at 35 miles an hour plus. So I don't ride in the right lanes at these intersections. He definitely had a red light, blew that thing at 35 miles an hour. Never even slowed down to look. This right here, that intersection and this entrance ramp is where my son and I were coming back on the scooters one night, and some guy in a Camaro, brand new Camaro, did the exact same thing, and he tried to come flying around us and nailed this median right here, took out half of the pickets, destroyed the whole front of his car, went sliding to a stop over here against the curb, ripped his front suspension off the car. He got the car like 3 feet airborne. It was pretty surreal, and I realized that I didn't have my camera running. Ah! That would have been fantastic. Perfect opportunity to showcase Houston's buffoon drivers. And we were going fast enough. I mean, we were going 50, 55 miles an hour on the access road here on the PCXs. And that wasn't fast enough for this guy. He had to come tearing around us at 80, probably 90 miles an hour. He was cooking. And he didn't see that median and just center punched it. Jeez. Sparks flying everywhere, water, oil, spraying, smoke, steam. That was entertainment. I'm sure he didn't think so. Call it a learning lesson, fella. Drive like a tool and you get parked. Turn? I would like you to turn. Thank you. Little scooters like this, momentum is the name of the game. I don't want to slow down if I don't have to, because it takes a while to build up that steam again. So I'm wide open on this run. I don't know how fast I'm going. You know, the speedometer stops telling you it and indicated 43. I've gotten 47 miles an hour out of this on GPS a few times, but it was shortly after I changed the variator out and the belt was still very fresh. I think this belt might be wearing a little bit. I've only got 1,780 miles on this right now, but I've noticed that it doesn't quite get up to the same top speed. So, I don't know. Might be something with variator, roller sliders, could be the belt, who knows. It is a really nice night out here. Temperature is fantastic. It's like low 70s, maybe 72. Light breeze. It's pretty dry. It's not real humid today. It feels really good. Cruise control. So the Cannonball Run, I think, is probably off this year. Thinking about that because people have done the race on this scoot. That's crazy. That would be a heck of an adventure. I don't know that I'm a fairly brave soul, but I don't know that I could take modern highways on this and not have a panic attack when I see trucks and SUVs barreling up on me at 40 plus mile an hour closure rate. You're going to get on average about 40 to 45 miles an hour out of this thing if you're lucky. And on even modest highways, 65 mile an hour speed limit, that means traffic's going to be doing 15, 20 above that on average. So you got a closure rate of 40 miles an hour on you almost. That is scary. And if they're not paying attention, come up on you too fast, then they're gonna hit the brake, swerve, or just punch you right off the road. So I don't know if the country reopens and gets out of the lockdown with enough advance timing for the July start. I think it was July 10th for this event. No, it was earlier than that, July something. Anyway, early July. I would imagine we would have to have a definitive answer at least 2 to 3 weeks in advance of that. So that gives us about a month to have our answers. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. A lot of people have already said that they are going to forego this year. They're just going to skip, and they'll wait until next year when things are calmer, or 2022, however far out it's postponed. I wouldn't mind doing it even during the lockdown, you know, as long as there's no state-to-state quarantine crossing regulations, any of that stuff. Texas does have a self-quarantine for anyone traveling to or from Louisiana right now, because Louisiana had such a high percentage of outbreaks there, so or you know, cases, reported cases of COVID. So anyway. Having less traffic on the road just makes it better for small bikes and scoots to tootle across the country and not have all the dense, fast traffic to deal with. So that would be okay with me. Ooh, it's much chillier over here. Must be all the grass and vegetation. About 10 degrees cooler right there. Feels good. Oh, seeing the sign here for the Waffle House made me remember that I think they've shut all these down. I'm not sure if all of them nationwide have closed, but I saw a headline that they are, you know, they closed up hundreds and hundreds of their stores due to the virus outbreak. So, I don't know. Waffle House might be a thing of the past now. I haven't eaten there in years, but I used to like going there at night. When nobody else was open, you know, it's basically Waffle House and Denny's. I go there for pancakes, coffee, stuff like that. Got his emergency flashes on. Not sure what that's about. Oh, furniture. That's what that's about. Well, I definitely don't want to follow behind a open truck bed with furniture in it. That's no bueno. He's got it roped down, but ooh, man, you just never know what's going to fly out of the back of those things. This might be my turn that I want. Remember how far down I am. Yep, Barker Cypress, that's the one. Traveling slow on the access roads. I always have trouble gauging how far I've gone sometimes from not paying attention to the street signs. Take the back roads home. Motorcycle in front of us here. Yep. I thought that was a motorcycle or a scooter. Very small rear tail light on it. Must be a cruiser of some kind. My hog's beating his hog. Or not. Well, I wonder why that thing didn't turn. dog. I think it was a dog. Probably not, didn't detect me. That's a pretty small little bike. I will probably have to fake this light. Oh, it did detect me. What do you know? Oh. And there I lost faith in it. This road sucks on the C3. Oh, Fry Road, man, it is so rough. Tons of pavement seams and concrete patches and I wonder if it's all the trees in the median that have messed up the concrete or if it was just laid like crap. Who knows? Oop, something big hit my arm. When I was doing my ride and kind of explanation of the little upgrades that I had made to this bike, I did forget to mention that I upgraded the rear shock. I had to order it twice out of Germany. I'm trying to remember exactly. It may have been a YSS shock on here, but the only place that I could find the shock was through a reseller in Germany. And the first one that I ordered, although the measurements should have been correct, it did not fit. It was too long. So, oh God. Even when you put the bike up on the center stand, it would never really, the center stand didn't work essentially because the rear end of the bike was jacked up so high. There wasn't enough throw for the center stand. So I ordered another one, another 45 or 50 bucks or whatever it was. And it was slightly shorter and it does work. But it's adjustable preload on the spring. I've got it set on about the middle position right now to keep it soft enough, but it helps with the bottoming out because the factory shock on this thing was really soft, very spongy, and it would bottom out over all these bumps. The guy behind me was riding up my ass just to slow down and turn. Okay. Hurry up and wait. Okay, well, home again, home again. Another sweaty, dusty day done and gone, and go back and do it again tomorrow. Try to finish out that warehouse a little bit. I think by the end of the weekend I should have some pretty good closure on it. Let's see. So, I bid you all farewell. Thanks for tagging along if you made it this far. Pretty long, slow ride on the C3. Hey, Grace. Howl for me. You gonna howl for me? Ugh, I gotta try to hold the bike in one place uphill and reach into my pocket. Okay, okay. Get out of there. Huh? Huh? Howl. Come on. Oh, good girl. Watch out for the gate. You're gonna get bonked. Did they feed you?